What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Comically Boston. Today it's episode 72. It is June 16th, 2023. It is another beautiful Friday, and a lot of stuff happened this week. Some new video games that we'll talk about first, and some big Marvel delays. So we'll talk about that towards the end of this video. But first, there was two trailers in little gameplay trailer, the first trailer, and then there was like a gameplay trailer that dropped for each of these, and one of them is coming out December 7th of 2023, and that is Avatar Frontiers of Pandora, December 7th, 2023. This game I've been waiting for a while. This got announced a long time ago, and honestly I'm okay with waiting for games if it means that the longer we wait, the more polished and perfect it is. This one looks pretty good. The graphics look, a little crazy. I think it's going to be more like a first-person game, so maybe you'll see like hands running. I kind of more like a third-person, where you can see the whole character, kind of like a Jedi Survivor, where you can spin around the whole character in the third-person view. I don't necessarily like first-person shooters or first-person view, but I can see why they did it, because you're going to be half a Na'vi person and a half human hybrid type of deal, so you'll be able to shoot guns and the bow and arrows like the Na'vi and like the RDA, humans. So that game seems interesting though. Single player or two-person co-op, so I'm a single player person myself for video games. I kind of like just throwing them on whenever I feel like playing a game, and then turning them off whenever I feel like turning them off. I don't really like games that you have to finish a certain part, I like games that I can play and then literally pause it in the middle of whatever I'm doing, leave for 2 hours, come back and be like, yeah, sure, I'll finish. Or I'll be like, nah, save it, come back later. I like that kind of stuff. So Avatar Frontiers of Pandora seems great. The first two Avatar movies are on Disney Plus right now. Those both seem great. I'm very happy about both of those. Also on Disney Plus, real quick, just got dropped today actually, is the new Incredible Hulk, or not the new Incredible Hulk, but the movie rights of the Incredible Hulk have returned to Marvel Studios along with the Namor rights. So now Marvel Studios can make a Hulk movie if they want, and a Namor movie, where before I think Universal had the rights, and I guess they forfeited the rights because they didn't have any projects coming out by now. So Edward Norton's Hulk, a lot of people didn't like. I actually really enjoyed. Hulk has always been one of my favorite characters. The anger issues trapped up inside that comes out into this giant green rage monster. Something about that I related with. So I've always been a fan of the Hulk. Mark Ruffalo does a great job, but I would have liked Edward Norton to be in the MCU, but hey, Ruffalo does a great job, and I like what he's done. But I will say I do need an angry Hulk again. I need my Hulk smashing things. I need him being a rage monster like he is. I don't need Professor Hulk. That hasn't worked for me at all. It's just a big giant CGI Hulk that's smart. That's what Bruce Banner's for. That's we get Ruffalo to be the scientist, and we get the CGI to be the giant rage monster. That's the point. So let's get back to some Rage and Hulk, shall we? But talking about the video games again, there was a Star Wars video game that I was hesitant about and was like, yeah, I'll believe it when I see it. It doesn't sound that real to me, because there's been plenty of Star Wars games that were announced and never came to fruition. So I initially was like, when my buddy Langone sent me this, I was like, it's probably not happening. But then they showed actual gameplay footage, first 10 minutes of gameplay footage of this character. I don't know her name, but you can see on the cover of the picture here, this girl with this creature on her shoulder. Those two are the main characters, and this robot bounty hunter on the right, repurposed battle droid, is her friend slash companion, and then that ship on the right is her ship, and they actually show footage of her. It's an interesting game, because it's one of those games where you make decisions. You have the decision to bribe an officer or tell them to screw. And in the gameplay, they tell them to screw, then you go on a big chase, you gotta run away, and then you get on a speeder bike, so you're able to ride, you're able to shoot, make decisions. So, if you bribe the officer, maybe the story is completely different, maybe it's similar outcome, I don't know. I'll have to see when the game comes out, but you know, maybe you could play this game multiple times and have a different story no matter however many times you play it, because you can choose different options. I like that kind of thing, you know, a story that no matter how many times you play it, it changes through the decisions that you make, you know. But it had her shooting people, then, you know, making cutscenes where, like, she's clearly footage shot, and it's like her interacting with other main characters, if you will, and then she runs away, goes back to her ship. You see her run into the ship, have options to sit, fly, take flight, you know, whatever, take command, and then you see her go from running to flying straight up into the atmosphere, and you go from land to flying into space all in one shot. It's like, that's pretty cool. You know, no Star Wars game has really been able to do that well and efficiently without like some kind of loading scene where like you jump in the plane and then all of a sudden it's like, okay, you're not controlling it, but the ship's taking off, which a lot of people don't mind, but it just seems cool that we're going to be able to jump in the ship and then control it, fly right out of the right out of the system you're in and into the solar system, space, whatever, you know, go fly to another planet, hyperspace and all that. Very curious to see this one. Star Wars Outlaws, no release date as of yet, but it does say early 2024. So I'm guessing maybe like a March release date, kind of like what Survivor was supposed to be, because Survivor was supposed to come out March 17th, I think, and then it got delayed till April 24th. And that 1 month or so delay, I think, helped it, because playing on the PS4 or playing on the PS5 for Jedi Survivor, that game played amazing. So if it plays anything like that, but as like a scoundrel, you know, like you're not going to have a lightsaber, you're just going to have a blaster and a companion friend and a ship, you know, like, so it's going to be a little different, but I'm very curious to see what that is. Very, very curious to see what that is. But Marvel Studios, and we'll move on to the big topic of today. Marvel Studios has delayed a bunch of projects. Here's what the new Marvel schedule is looking like. The Marvels in Secret Invasion are pretty much the only things staying the same. A bunch of things got pushed back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 projects? Or 1, 2, 3, 6 projects got pushed back. A 7th project, Deadpool 3, got moved forward. So for some reason, Deadpool 3 is ahead of schedule. They were supposed to come out September of 2024. Now they're coming out May 3rd of 2024. So early May next year. Excited for that. But let's look at these dates real quick. So I just said Deadpool moved up from September to May. Thunderbolts went from July 26, 2024 to December 20th of 2024. Blade went from September to now February. They're coming out Valentine's Day 2025. The Fantastic Four movie moved from Valentine's Day 2025 to the May release date for 2025, which was supposed to be the date for Avengers Kang Dynasty. That was coming out May 2nd, 2025. That is now coming out May 1st, 2026, the date that was originally for Secret Wars. Secret Wars was coming out May 1st, 2026, now coming out May 7th, 2027. So Marvel locking down those May release dates for the next foreseeable future. And then some other announcements. Avatar movies got delayed. That we were supposed to be expecting Avatar 3 in December of 2024 next year. Now we're going to have to wait an extra year for December 19th, 2025 for Avatar 3. And then 3 Star Wars movies, to be determined the title on those movies. But hey, Star Wars for one movie for May 22nd, 2026, another movie December 18th, 2026, and then almost a whole year later, December 17th, 2027 for Star Wars, and then Avatar 4 comes out 4 years later than Avatar 3, December 21st, 2029. That's going to be a long time. And then 2 years after that, December 19th, 2031 for Avatar 5. That is insanity. I'll be 32 years old, heading in February to be 33. you know, in 2032 of February, I'll be turning 33 years old. I'm currently 24. And when I first saw Avatar 1, I was 11. That's a crazy 2 decades to have to see these movies, and I'm pretty sure, you know, Zoe Saldana and Jake Sully are still going to be in Avatar 5. I don't see them dying anytime soon, but maybe they die in like the 3rd movie, and then in the 4th and 5th movie the kids take over. Who knows? But all I'm saying is James Cameron as a director is ruthless, so he'll kill whoever he needs to, and he won't have any remorse about it. But so that's our new Marvel timeline. You know, we had Ant-Man come out in February. We had Guardians come out in May. We still have Secret Invasion coming out next week. Next Wednesday's the first episode of Secret Invasion. I'm super excited for. Can't wait for that. Loki Season 2 is our October, still coming out. Luckily, we still have this stuff in the can, so not everything is getting moved back, but it does seem like a lot of things are getting moved back. We still have The Marvels. That movie, after rewatching Captain Marvel and maybe after Secret Invasion, I'm going to be super excited for that Marvels movie. After watching Miss Marvel the last year or whenever that came out, that got me more excited for that movie. So, and the trailer that came out for that looked pretty good too. So that's November 10th. And then November 29th, Echo is still apparently dropping. Not delayed yet, which it should be done, Echo, but they're not letting Echo have its episode releases. It's getting one drop, all episodes. Why they're making it happen for Echo and not Secret Invasion or Loki, I'm not sure. Why they're doing it a couple days or a couple weeks after that movie comes out, I don't know. But still, they're planning early 24 for Ironheart, Agatha Covenant of Chaos, Daredevil Born Again, Captain America New World Order, July of 2024. You know, May of 2024, we got Deadpool 3, and then we got Thunderbolts in December of 2024, Blade in February of 25, Fast and Furious, Fantastic Four, May 2nd, 2025, and then Avengers Kang Dynasty, May 1st, 26, and then Avengers Secret Wars, May 7th, 27. And honestly, I'm not mad at those ones getting pushed back. Those should get pushed back. We shouldn't have an Avengers movie just for the sake of it. We should build and build and build and then get to the Avengers movie, and it's this enormous climactic event where things happen and we're happy and we're excited to see what happens, and maybe there's a cliffhanger for a part 2 and we come back and it's like Endgame all over again. That's what we're trying to recapture. You know, not necessarily the Avengers 1 magic. We're trying to recapture that Endgame magic, you know what I'm saying? And not necessarily they're going to be able to do it. It's going to be something else. It's going to be a different magic. But that Marvel magic is still there for me. And I've been doing a rewatch of all the Marvel movies. I'm at the point where I'm watching Captain America Civil War again. Or not Civil War, Captain America Winter Soldier again. And that's one of my favorites. So, I've gotten a long way. I've done, you know, Captain Marvel, Cap 1, Thor 2, Iron Man 1, 2, 3, you know, like Avengers 1. I've done quite a bit of watching so far, so I'm on to the point where I'm getting to the movies where I really like, you know, Guardians 2, Cap 3, Cap 2, 3, you know, all of those movies I love, but I cannot wait till next Wednesday for Secret Invasion. So stay tuned for next Thursday for a video on that. Next Monday, we'll be talking another episode of Comically Boston. I'm going to go see probably The Flash this weekend. I really want to go see that. That movie looks interesting. And I really want to see Asteroid City. I don't know if that comes out till next week. Also next week is Oppenheimer, Barbie. You know, so I'm interested in those movies as well. Barbie might be an at-home movie. I think Oppenheimer I have to see in theaters. Asteroid City might be an at-home movie. Out on Netflix today, you get Extraction 2. That looks cool, so gotta go check those out. You know, love me some Chris Hemsworth, but the last Extraction 1 was a filmmaking and action, you know, it was a spectacle. And Chris Hargraves and Chris Hemsworth and the Russo brothers, they really did something on that last one. So this second one, they're up in the ante and rake Tyler Rake, I think is the character's name. But Chrissy Hemsworth is back from the dead because he was supposed to die in the first one. Obviously not dead because he's in the second one. Not a spoiler, just obvious. Even after the first one, we didn't think he was dead. So, mustache getting stuck in my mouth. Alright, y'all. That's it for me. I'll see you in the next video. Peace, peace. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll leave my links down in the description below. Letterboxd. Go check out those Marvel movie reviews that I've been leaving in Letterboxd. I'll leave the link down below. At me with your questions on Instagram or on Twitter. The link's down in the description below. At BigCam12 or Comically Boston on Instagram. And at BigCam YouTube on Twitter. I'll see you guys when I see you guys. Be well. Be safe. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.